Squawk, squawk, my fellow sorrowers. This one's going to be very close to my heart, as who you are seeing upon the screen, the scrying screen, is someone that does nothing but attack the heart. I'm going to do my best this evening. It's a late one, and they say that the bird should be early, but the late bird catches the Canaanite worm. And that is saying the least. That's being nice about this creature, because Teal Swan is narcissism incarnate. I'll try and jazz it up and bring humorous to the serious, but as I said before, this one is more or less my arch enemy, my nemesis. No, I'm overreacting. She's not worth that energy. But if I had one, it would be her. Okay, I have a theory to share with you all tonight, and I'll set up the integrity of the structure of this lecture first before sharing that theory with you all. But this really will be a test of my temper, and as I'm sure most of you know from my recent videos, it's only a small thing, but I'm really trying to control my anger because it feeds them at the end of the day. It does. And it's very low in vibration. Swear out a comedy, you know, but if you can, try not to in general. You know, it's not just about feeding them, it's about making you more hungry. You know, invigorating it. At the same time, it's good to vent. So I'm going to attempt that now. I have covered Teal Swan before. In the early days when I first started my channel, and I was, let's just say my feathers weren't as teal as they are now. I don't know why I didn't consider the fact that she has her own channel. So I gave it a little butcher's hook, gave it a little look the other day, and wow, have I been missing out. So, I am going to obliterate her, basically, but only through theory, fact, and my opinion, and I will state the basis of each of them three and when they come into play. Okay? As I said, the theory that I have is only my theory. Okay? I don't have any facts to back it up, but I believe it's one that should be shared, and in doing so should hopefully save more lives than the ones that she has not only already ended, which I can state as a fact, but ones that I know she'll continue to try and take. Okay? So, this is her channel on YouTube. Okay? First of all, I'm going to show you her about, because if she was even a quarter as real as she pretends to be, she'd speak for herself, right? But this channel wasn't made by her, it was made in honor of her by her disciples, if you will. That's why they're not speaking as her, but they're speaking for her. Now, all this is bullshit. It's not even worth your eyes to read. Neither is this part, really, but it did strike me. Teal Swan's worldwide following has given her the moniker the Mirror. The Mirror. This will become important later, if not already. She has earned this moniker, if they do say so themselves. This is how you know it's her cult that have wrote this. Because when you step in front of her, you see the truth of yourself and the truth of the universe. Surely, certainly, shouldn't the first thing to be projected in regards to reflection towards others, shouldn't that be the truth of themselves, not of yourself? Do you understand where I'm coming from with this? Where I'm going to with that? You've got to give respect to get it, right? So she's not showing you who she is, what she is, the truth of her, and they're not showing you by speaking about her, of her, for her. You go straight to you, the truth of yourself, which would of course be from how she perceives you, not how you perceive yourself. Right? So there's your first feather. Okay? So this is the video that she's decided to put on automatically when you enter a channel.
Welcome to your physical life.
Welcome to your physical life. And what does she show you?
Welcome to your physical life.
She shows you the ball earth. Okay? So straight away you know she's full of Canaanite dog shit. I haven't actually got into it before, but I will at some point. I'm not a ball earther and I'm not a flat earther, and hopefully neither are you of either, because they're both psyops, both of them. Okay, they're both true to a certain extent, but they're both false also. Okay, but she's selling this part so that she can back up the physical life side of it, because she never mentioned soul trap, but at the same time, that is the primary source and core of, if you can call it, her work, right? So I'm going to pause it for a moment and get to the next feather for you all. Okay, so this is going to be a study into female psychopathy, okay, and female cult leadership. Let's have a little butcher's her video, shall we? Right, we'll start with the banner. What does it say here? Hunger of the Pine. Hunger of the Pine? Okay. You see, Teal Swan is a pure Saturnian agent in practice, okay? So this will be very important to my work and to my research, and as I say, to this study. Those of you that do not know, the pine is the pineal gland, okay? This goes way back. This is why you will find statues of pine cones in the Vatican, in Sumerian wall relief, cave art, okay? Hunger of the pine. So what does that say? What does that really mean? What is she saying without saying? Because she'll never tell you the truth, okay? That's how you know the reflection of your truth will always be a lie if it's coming from her, okay? Hunger of the pine is the addiction, the craving, the yearning, and the gurning of adrenochrome. That's what this is. That's what she harvests. This is the front cover of her book, Hunger of the Pine. Where is it? It's inside the shadow, isn't it? Because, and I've covered the shadow a few times. It's in her shadow because this is the true her. This is what she is all about. Okay? She feeds the mother, and in turn, the mother feeds her. You know who the mother is. If you watch and listen to my channel, you know by now. Yeah? Lilith, Cully, the Scarlet Woman, Jezebel, Eve, same shit, different toilet, all of them. Okay? It's Lucifer, it's Satan, it's a feminine force. It's the Warden, as I call it. It's Queen Heart Attack, another name I have for her. Okay? Whore of Babylon. So, continue. I'll just say now this may be a two-parter. I'm not quite sure how much space I have. But I'd like to say, and I don't usually, trust me, it will be worth it. If it saves lives, it's always worth it. And you know I'm all about the children, as is she. But from the other end of the spectrum, the other side of the veil, yeah, the black one, I work from the white. So as you'll see, every single video she makes, she has to be in the thumbnail. Without question. This is narcissism, okay? This is it. These aren't, you know, you have thumbnails of pictures of the person speaking in the video, and you can see they're talking in the thumbnail as it's part of the video. This is a photo shoot, okay? Which means every single video has had a separate photo shoot. You see it, right? You'll also notice, and this is a very very obvious and yet very overlooked characteristic of the psychopath. They project. I would like to say what they feel. It's not really what they feel. It's it's their an amalgam of how they perceive their primary suit, their primary mask. You know, they play all these characters, but I'll give you a prime example to the example I'm using. Pennywise the clown. Okay, I'll be covering. I would say him. It's actually a her. I'll be covering it shortly. Yeah, Pennywise the clown takes on all these different personas, right? Demeanors, characters, and clown is one of them because it's not its true form. But the clown is the closest thing of how it perceives itself. Okay, because it doesn't really have a sense of one because Pennywise is pure psychopathy in itself. Pennywise is an Archon, but that's for another video. The point being, that's what this is. Okay, so Teal Swan is her, well, it's her shadow, like sorrow is mine. Okay, but what they'll do, they'll project certain subjects, such as, let's start from the top. Okay, so this is why she puts the titles on the top of the thumbnail. So, are you anti-human? Yeah. Are you a cynic? Why people are fake? When I read these out, just keep in mind she's speaking about herself. Okay, I would say how would she know otherwise? But I cover things that I know I'm not part of, or I'm not about, as I'm sure you do. You know, this is different. The way that she's presenting it, I don't know. I didn't mean to go over that one. That's not as relevant as the ones I'm looking for. but the way she presents it is pure narcissism, and it's a looking glass into what's underneath the mask. Okay, where's the ones I saw? He loves going on about narcissism, gaslighting. Yeah, you see, every single picture. She's telling you about herself. It's what they do. Not only does it tie into the traumatic karma that's part of their religion, but it's also, as I said, a very telling sign of psychopathy. Okay? So, I'm going to do my best to not hear her voice as much as I can because she genuinely turns my stomach. I can hear the rot through her voice when I listen to her, and I have listened to a few videos in preparation for this video. I'm still um, improvising and ad libbing as I always do, but I've done a bit more studying than I'd already done on her when I started my channel, so I'd be a bit more prepared. So, give me one moment. Right, yeah, so as you can see, I've got a few things to cover tonight. But I started with Teal because I believe it to be the most important. You know, I don't know what good it will do, but I know it won't do any bad. Not like Cheers. Well, I've chosen to cover it first. Okay, so first of all, there's a few other theories I've heard. I mean, a lot of people believe her to be transgender, to be male. Um, it's not really relevant. I mean, it's part of their religion, as we already know, but I really want to get to the damage that she's done and is doing and will continue to do unless a stop is put to her. I don't believe I'm the one that will be able to do it, but hopefully I can give others the tools to do it themselves, or at the very least, turn away from her and the offering of help that she is pretending to give depressed, suicidal, and hopeless teens, because that's her target audience. That's why my Gmail's targeting the audience, because that's what these things do. Okay, and her target audience is teenagers. Okay, I'm sure it'd be younger if she could get there. There's more energy to harvest, but it doesn't fit the quota of which she expels and disperses. So, yeah, I'll just throw a few things out so we know where we're at. I haven't seen any shape shifting with her thus far. Truth dog will tell you that most, if not all, psychopaths are reptilians. Most, if not all, reptilians are psychopaths. I believe that to be more or less the case, but I have not, and I would tell you honestly, as I always do, I'm not going to report on something to get your blood up and your spine tingling if it isn't something that I have witnessed personally. That's why I don't cover other shape-shifting videos and whatnot. I haven't seen that. However, she does state herself to be an Archerian, which is a supposed alien race. Um, But yeah, I'm trying to set up the foundation for you all before we continue, as I say. So, she considers herself a spiritual guru, essentially, a teacher in the ways of the shadow. Another reason why I cannot stand her in every context. um, but unfortunately for you and for me, it is necessary to hear her voice and what comes out of the smile with her teeth, which we're about to do. So she's a cult leader. She doesn't admit that, but she does state that she has the power to become one if she wanted to. Says it all, really, doesn't it? If you have the power, you're going to use it. But she promotes suicide, and I've been looking into other suicidal prevention units, especially ones that have come into place since COVID-19. And as you can see, every last one of them is showing you the exact symbolism in their logo. I'm not even going to talk for it because I know that you know by now. There you go. Yeah? You see what I see, right? Do I need to comment? Maybe I should, just for anyone that doesn't know. So you have the Looking Glass, the 666, obviously. Okay. It's also Satan's anus. It's also for sodomy, grassroots, coming back to Eden. Okay. They're harvesting the loosh from low vibrational children. Okay. That's what this is. It's also one of the main agendas for lockdown to harvest. Okay. Pink and yellows for you. I'm sorry. I know you know. I try not to waste time. But for those of you that don't, yeah, the Masonic handshake, your pink and yellow for your violence and your sex. Okay, attacking the heart as per usual, hive mind. The storm, the umbrella is the octopus. It's Masonic. Again, it's also symbolic for the anus. The storm, Lucifer falling as lightning, black and white symbolism. The missing part of the brain, the pineal gland, it's what they don't have, or at least it isn't activated. Purple for Freemasonry, of course. Shining a light, at least for the light bearer, the light. The light is their sun, not yours, not mine. The black sun, Saturn. Yeah? The spotlight. We've covered this. May tree, okay? It's the fig tree. All comes back to Eden, okay? Here you have the Ophiuchus sign, right in the middle. The butterfly. 8, 8. The 88. One of the factions of the Canaanites, the Tares. Okay? The bee, the queen bee. Yeah, the honey, the testing, the sting. Yeah, the buzz, the Zeds. 22, the angel number. It's also the zigzag, the I am. Here's your two snakes, bared by Ophiuchus. Attack on the heart, the X, the seal of Saturn. Mark of the beast upon us, because we are the mark. Purple for your Freemasonry. This one, they tried to be a bit more subtle, but I cracked it in a few minutes. Okay. This, oh, sorry. I'll go through these quick and we'll come back to it. Again, here's your Isis, your Statue of Liberty, it's a ficus. Your hoop, your loop, your ring for Saturn, left-hand path. Pink and yellow, obviously, again. Here's your Merkaba, your Star of David, Kabbalah worship. Connecting, yeah. Key worship with your Mark of the Beast once again. And your upside down triangle for what? Femininity, her. Okay. Yeah, you see it, right? The moon, Diana, again, it's her. Yeah, same shit, different toilet. See the Saturn in the circle, of course, the magical circle. Knights of the Templar, once again. Now, this is what I was trying to show you. So, this is an ancient artifact and found. Okay, this is depicting what I've been studying, what Bill's been studying, that got me into that side of this research. Okay, that's her. Queen Heart Attack, the Warden, the Jester, the Demiurge, Kronos. Okay, so this, what you're seeing, is this. Ready? Keep that in mind. Keep that in heart. Oh, it's this. Like I told you, they're crafty and they're clever, but they're not as crafty and clever as us. Okay? So, she's another one of them. That's what she's trying to do. Okay? Let's crack on.
I just decided to basically be the poster child for ritual abuse. I was like, if nobody else wants to talk about this stuff, I'll talk about it. Fine, I'm going to tell you.
Poster child for ritual abuse. Straight away, the narcissism, right? Not I'm going to speak up, try and influence others to speak up, to encourage others to speak up. No. All about her.
This stuff exists. If you don't want to believe that this exists, then you're part of the problem. It's a secret world full of abuse.
Okay, ready?
That many refuse to believe exists. Tonight, one Idaho woman is sharing her story to raise awareness.
Just last week, North Carolina police arrested 2 people linked to 2 deaths and satanic rituals.
So they're throwing them under the bus. Okay, they do this all the time because they're always hungry, they're always greedy. That's why Saturn feasted on its own children. This is, I've mentioned this before, I don't know what it is that makes them think for a second, for a chakra heartbeat, that they would be saved, that they would earn a place next to what they worship, when all it teaches is do what thou willst, love is a law. It's all singular, yeah? Apex predatory. She knows it.
Tonight, one woman shares her story of what she says happened right here in Idaho.
Don, her story is graphic, and it's hard to hear. On your side, Chris Oswald spent 3 hours with her. She's live in studio with her exclusive story. Michelle and Don, the topic of satanic rituals has long been taboo.
Okay. It's long been taboo because that's how they've put it out, and they still are to this day. This is why I covered the Saturnian and not the Satanic, because the Satanic is there, it is real, but it's under the Saturnian. Do you understand this? It's like these paedophiles that, again, they're thrown under the bus and out in at the moment, right? When there's some major ones that are above them, but they throw them out, so your focus is on them. It's the same thing. They want you all to focus on a satanic ritual. You know, satanic panic. There's truth to that. There is truth to that. They made that a panic to cover the bigger picture. Yeah, it's not to say it didn't happen. It did happen, but all this Baphomet shit is exactly. It's a scapegoat. Get it? A scapegoat. Literally.
If you speak of the underground world, criminal cases are rare. That's why a young woman is speaking out about what she calls years of abuse right here in the gym state. Now, I do want to warn you, much of what you're about to hear is extremely graphic, and some of you might find it offensive.
I find it offensive. I find it extremely offensive. Okay? Let me tell you a little bit about Little Miss Mary Teal Bosworth. Okay? That I know of, and I'm sure there's more, she is indirectly, from a distance, taken the lives of 6 of her disciples, all teenagers under the age of 17, possibly 16, I believe. Okay? By taunting them, talking them into taking their own lives. Okay? Let me let you in on a few other facts. These are facts about Mary Teal Bosworth. Okay? They're going to tell you one side, which is going to be false side, the doctored side. I'm going to tell you, and this part is the theory. Okay, it's my theory. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it, and I'm willing to put my credibility on the line in regards to enforce my theory. Okay, so I'll let you hear this first, and then I'll give you it.
It seems like a movie.
I won't forgive myself unless I say something.
A nightmare.
My place that I could sleep was in the bathtub.
A living hell.
When you side with the victim and you believe a story that somebody said like me, it puts people in a moral dilemma. I'm essentially asking people to rewrite their entire version of reality.
Okay, so she's admitting to you exactly what her main focus of work is on these teenagers. A moment ago, one of the first things that she said in this interview was, and this is quite a dated interview now, but it's done nothing but strengthen her credibility. You'll notice she said she'll never forgive herself if she doesn't get this out. Forgive herself. Okay, it's always double barreled with these pieces of scum. Okay, she will never forgive herself. Now, I'm going to get to why it's about forgiveness to her, because psychopaths, they don't have a sense of self, so they don't dwell on their regrets or their mistakes. But what they do is pass blame, because by doing so, it liberates their ego. So her saying, I'll never forgive myself, is her way of saying, I'll always look back and know that could have empowered me further. You see? Narcissism comes from weakness, and I was going to say insecurity, but insecurity is not weak. But it comes from weakness, because they don't because they have no sense of self. They don't know what it is that they don't know why they're here. They don't know what they were meant to do. Okay. The only thing that gives them a sense of I think, therefore I am, is improvement, is the bettering. And they can only do that by making others feel less, worse, the least. Okay? Sorry, I should probably mention and take the opportunity to do so, as I've remembered and I don't want to forget. Yeah, she makes money off of every single video that she makes, along with her books that she sells. She claims that 100% of pre-sale profits made by the author will go to the youth homelessness. Okay, it's already been proven that that is a complete sham. It's a facade, and a falsehood. She gets it all. She claims that that money, and the reason why she profits off of her her teachings, is so that she can travel to the people that need her teachings. But at the same time, many a time, she's made very sure that they come to her. And if they can't, well, they have to save up, won't they, until they can. And even then, she gives them a fee. Okay? She is a veteran in the power of manipulation, which is why I'm covering her. I haven't seen many others do so. She's also one of the only cult leaders still active today. And since her target audience is the children, she is my target audience. I hope you understand this. This is not a smear campaign, okay? That's the quickest way, especially online, digitally. A smear campaign is the quickest way to become invoked and possessed by Coronzon C333, which is one of the most violent of archons. Works through social media at the moment. This is not my information. I always give credit where it's due. This is Thomas Sheridan's information. I don't agree with everything that he teaches, as I'm sure he wouldn't with me. However, that's his, and this is not a smear campaign. Okay, I'm just trying to save lives. Because she's still active. No one shut her down yet. But well, this isn't just her following. I just want you to know that this is just the online, people that are getting into her. She has many followers, my fellow sorrowers. So, yeah, she's a master mistress manipulator. She even, I don't want to say this, I'll say it's fact because I believe this to be it's 99% correct. If I remember correctly, she even convinced her own boyfriend, who was part of her cult, that he was a reptilian and therefore was evil and under the race of Archerians, and he believed it. I don't believe he took his own life. I know he tried a few times, but he has a few videos online if you want to look them up. Just type a name and you'll see a lot of her cult members that have left, exposing her. But they're exposing the idea of being in a cult more than her personally, which is why I'm taking the opportunity to do so now and why I did before. Yeah, I will get us to the meat and then I will give you my theory.
For 13 years, reality for Teal Swan was that of a
13 years, so she would have given that to be the fact. 13 is a ficus, okay? It's what she worships. The feminine force of evil, okay?
satanic cult. The young girl who grew up near Preston, Idaho, was taken in by a family friend at age 6.
Because I got a front row seat for more than a few.
Okay, you see the dummy eyes, okay? The ventriloquist look. So she is a psychopath. I'm not just going by that alone, I'm just saying to back it up, okay?
Of these people. And the reality is that they come from extremely traumatic situations, and that's what turns them off emotionally.
Okay, I should have said this before. Last thing, I apologise for all the pausing. It'd be worth it, okay? When you listen to her, her whistle blow, yeah, okay. When you listen to her story that she's about to tell you of her upbringing, her childhood, being part of a cult herself, okay, everything she says when she's speaking about cult members, cult leaders, okay, I want you to keep in heart and keep in mind the fact of the matter that she is actually speaking about herself, because this is what they do, okay? She's describing herself, okay?
At age 6.
Because I got a front row seat to more than a few of these people. And the reality is that they come from extremely traumatic situations, and that's what turns them off emotionally and makes them not only want to, but capable of doing the things that they keep doing.
Life.
See the micro expression in her eyes? She's speaking about herself. They always do this. Always. You know, it's like someone going to the doctors and saying, so my mate, he's got a lump he's got a lump on his testicle. What should he do about that? They're talking about themselves, right? But they're embarrassed. She's not embarrassed, but that in that scenario, you get where I'm coming from, yeah? You know where I'm going with this? this is what they do. Yeah, so I do apologise. I can see I'm about to run out of space, so I'm going to make this a part 1 to a part 2. Hopefully, you're still with me on this. There is a point to it. Okay, I'm getting to somewhere here. Hopefully, together we can shut it down.